Hello, my darlings, and welcome to a brand new episode. Let me start that again. Welcome to a brand new episode of Girls Gone Mild. I just got home from work, so I wanted to do this, not as quickly as possible, but want to do this as calmly as possible. I do apologize for not doing a podcast last week. There were just some complications that I needed to take care of. But I am ready, and let's get started. But before we talk about what I'm gonna do today, let's get out some of the negative energy. Let's take out all of the negative energy. If you're having a bad day, and if you're listening right now, I encourage you to join with me. I can't talk right now. I am so sorry. Join with me and just breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to do one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Now that we're all calm, I hope everyone's enjoying their Wednesday evening. Today, we're going to be talking about my great experience in How the Drag Queen Stole Christmas at the Rust Belt Theater Company. I also want to talk about I want to give out some positive things. Meaning, I just want to talk positive at the end of the podcast. And I would like to review probably one of my favorite comedies of all time. And I think this is one of the greatest comedies of all time. I even said this on the episode when my grandfather passed away, Caddyshack, which was my grandfather and my dad's favorite comedy movie of all time. So I wanted to do a little review for that for them. But yeah, let's get started. So I am so happy that I auditioned for this show. Really, I am being serious. I am so happy I auditioned for this show. Um, I feel like the rehearsal process has been amazing. I'm having fun. I am definitely having fun with the part I have. I am playing Farrah Fezziwig in this show, and if you have not seen this show, you are in for a treat. It's funny. It's a little risque, whatever they call it, but it's also a life lesson. You learn something from this. Um, this was written by Robert Joki, who directed Living Dead, the last show. Um, he's also starring in this show as Starlight O'Hara, one of my favorite drag queens of all time. I am so excited to be working alongside her in this one. And I feel like this is a great cast as well. Um, I feel like there's a lot of positive energy in this one, and I am so happy for that. This cast has been nothing but good to me, and I'm happy. And it's just warms my heart that I can uh, be myself and have fun with this in the process. A lot of laughs going on. Um, I'm learning something new every day from this. Um, I'm excited for rehearsal tonight, and we're just finishing up blocking Act Two, and I don't know. I'm just excited. Um, there's not a lot more I can say. Yeah, this is like a slow. Yeah, I wish there was more I can say about this. Because I feel like everyone in this cast, everyone behind the scenes, everyone is doing a great job. Everyone's doing their part. Um, and it's great that we can all have fun with this. I'm excited for everyone to see the show. And, because a lot of people were upset they couldn't see it last year because of COVID and everything had to be restricted and everything. Um, But I feel like everyone's gonna have a good time, and I hope my mother and my cousin could come see it. Uh, so yeah, and if you want to reserve your tickets, the number is in the picture that is shown right now. I believe the address. Yeah, the address is on there too. The show dates are also on the picture, and that is Starla O'Hara. Isn't she beautiful? Uh, but yeah, come see the show. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Tickets are $15, by the way. Uh, yeah. So, woo! By the way, I'm gonna try to do this every time I do an episode. We're gonna do shout outs, and the shout outs will be at random, maybe. But I just wanted to do that and just give back to the fans because I always would like to be there for my fans and always do something special for them. So, like, if your birthday's coming up, I would like to make a special video for you on TikTok, which I just did for my good friend. And I'm not even gonna say her real name, but you can find her on TikTok, Little Bunny Angel 666. Her birthday was yesterday, and I made her a TikTok video, which I thought I did a pretty good job with it. Not a lot of people will get my sense of humor, but she really loved it. But I wanted to give a little shout out to my good friend, uh, Divine Tarot, which I hope I am saying that right. If I'm not, you could shoot me later, sweetheart. But she has been a big supporter. She followed me on TikTok. She loved all my stuff. And then when she found out I had a YouTube, she became a subscriber. And I checked out her YouTube. She has some awesome content. Um, I believe she's going to be making new videos pretty soon, and I can't wait to see them. If you want to check her out, her profile will be in the description. And yeah, so shout out to you, Divine. Thank you so much for being a fan. Ooh. All right, so let's talk about which I think is one of the greatest comedy movies of all time. This movie was made back in 1980. Maybe the year before, but I believe it was released in 1980. Um, this movie is where I usually get my sense of humor from. Um, and I have to thank my grandfather and my dad for this because if it wasn't for this movie, I probably wouldn't be funny. How fun? Let me say that again. If it wasn't for this movie, I probably would have never got my sense of humor from this, and I probably would have never been thinking I was humorous. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. But yes, Caddyshack. This was part of my childhood. Um, and this was my dad's and grandfather's favorite movie of all time. I always remember my dad would always quote Rodney Dangerfield, and it always made me laugh when I was a kid. My grandfather would always quote Ted Knight. Uh, God, I remember those days. But I feel like this is an all-star cast. You have Ted Knight, you have Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, Chevy Chase. A lot of good actors in this one. Um, it's just one of those comedies that you have to get and enjoy. Obviously, it's not a family movie, but it's just like a lot of the stuff in this movie, they didn't have to cuss a lot. They just show it. And Rodney Dangerfield is just that guy who can make you laugh every scene he's in. Now it's funny because like I think this is his first movie, and I remember watching a documentary about this, and some of the actors were saying that when we were filming, every time Rodney made a joke, um, and he's like, and in films we can't really laugh because then we all have to stop and reshoot it again. But Rodney is so new to this that he doesn't know about this because he's always used to sitcoms. He's always used to doing stand-up comedy, and he's like, I just remember Rodney coming up to me and saying like, "I suck, I suck." I'm like, what do you mean, Rodney? What do you mean? Like, they're not laughing. They're not laughing. My material sucks. Yeah, and I guess the actor was saying to him like, Rodney, they they can't laugh. Like, you're right, they can't laugh because I suck. I'm like, no, Rodney, they can't laugh because if they do, that means we have to reshoot the whole scene all over again. See, in film, you don't have an audience to laugh at your jokes. This is a motion picture. This goes on the big screen. And I think Rodney finally got what they were trying to say to him. Um, but he's like, you have the perfect comedy duo of Rodney Dangerfield and Ted Knight. You have, at the time, what they were saying, like, oh, a playboy in Chevy Chase. Not only was he funny, but he was a handsome devil. And then you got Bill Murray, who's just a nutcase in this one, but he's hilarious in this. And let's not forget about the gopher. Oh, that gopher dance. And it's perfect how they made him do the gopher dance. And the main theme song in this one, "I'm Alright" by Kenny Loggins, is perfect because it just goes well with the dance. Like I said, this movie was my childhood. And if you did listen to the episode not last week, but 2 weeks ago, um, I played audio clips from the movie to honor my grandfather. Uh, it was mostly Ronnie Dangerfield and Ted Knight, and the only reason I did that, only showing those I mean, sharing those audio clips, those certain audio clips of Ronnie Dangerfield and Ted Knight, because it reminded me of my father and my grandfather. As Ronnie Dangerfield is my dad, and Ted Knight is my grandfather, because they would say all their lines all the time. I miss them both very much. But like I said, this is a perfect comedy to watch whenever you're feeling sad, and you just need a good laugh. It's just straightforward, and in the end, I think it's a great story too, because it was all about caddies and all about the shack. No, I mean, like, if you're not really into golf, understandable, but this is a perfect golf movie to watch. Because you could see all the golfers not only playing, but making jackasses out of themselves. Um, it's, it's a must see if you have not seen it. It's a must see. I would definitely give this a 10 out of 10, no matter what. Um, yeah. But I just wanted to review this movie and talk about it for my dad, and my grandfather. Like I said, this was their favorite movie of all time. I miss them very much, and I hope they are in heaven right now watching it and looking down on everybody they miss. But yeah, I suggest you guys go see it if you have not seen it. I don't know if it's on Netflix. I don't know if they're showing it on any platforms. Um, but I would say like go buy it if it's in stores, or go on Amazon and buy it. You need to do this now. You don't do this now, then yeah. I don't know what to say to you. We're not friends. I'm being dramatic. I do also want to say this as well. is that I won't call out anybody, but there are certain members in my dad's side of the family that I don't get respect because of what I do in life. Well, I mean, as an actor. But to quote Rodney Dangerfield, in a way, I'll be like, even as a drag queen, I get no respect. All right, well, I know my review was short. I know my experience from how the drag queen store Christmas is short, but I really don't want to give away much detail about how the drag queen stole Christmas, nor do I want to give out much detail about Caddyshack, because if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go see it now. But I didn't want to go on a whole explain the whole movie like I did with Living Dead last month. So yeah, I mean that was probably my longest podcast ever. But yeah, I'd rather you guys enjoy the moment. Um, but anyways, we're gonna leave this on positive feedback. This might be a short podcast after all. Oof, I really need to think of new material to talk about. Um, but yeah, and just wanted to clarify to everyone who is listening right now, I have not been doing so well for the past couple weeks. Ever since my grandfather passed away late last month, it has not been easy for me um, emotionally because of his passing, but it's also because of what's been going on behind closed doors with the family. Um, which I don't really want to talk about it. If you're friends with me on Facebook, then you will probably know what's going on. Maybe, because I didn't really explain it on Facebook either. Um, but it's just been stress after stress after stress. Um, and honestly, I just want to talk to I just want to bring positive things to everyone who is listening right now. Basically, all I can say is be yourself. Don't change for anyone. If you're happy the way you are, then that's all that matters. And you will have people who will support you for who you are. And sometimes you have to make tough decisions in order to make yourself happy. And what I mean by those tough decisions, meaning that if you don't have people who support you and always talk you down, maybe it's time for you to cut ties with them and move on and go your separate way. You should not take the abuse. If they're treating you like that because they hate the fact that you're happy, then they should not be in your life. They should not support you. They should not even come in contact with you. Of course, you will have to pull that trigger. And if you do, you are strong. You're never weak. Don't let anyone make you feel like it's your fault when it's not. I want everyone to be happy, and I'm always here for my fans. And I want to send out positive energy to everyone right now. And if you ever need someone, if you ever need someone to talk to, or just need a friend, I'm here for my fans. My door is always open. If you're friends with me on TikTok, message me. If you're friends with me on Facebook, message me. As far as YouTube's concerned, I only read the comments. You know, sometimes they're hateful comments, but I don't care. You got the people who are doing the hateful comments. You're making yourself look like a jackass, anyways. But I am proud to be who I am. I never let anyone make me feel any less. I done I stopped caring a long time ago, but now it's come to a point where it's like you can't really trust anyone, especially if they're your family. I only let certain people in because I know I could trust them. And those people who are in my circle have not betrayed my trust. But sometimes you even have to do the hardest thing, is that's to keep to yourself and don't let anyone know. But always have someone there for you to talk, especially if you need to rant, especially if you need to get something off your chest, whether it's in anger or sadness or happiness. Trust the ones that you can, who will not leave your side. And I am that person. Like I said, I'm always here for my fans, and I don't want anyone to feel like they're not enough, because you are enough. Whatever you want to do in life, I support you. I love you all. All right, guys. Well, this was a short podcast after all. I'm gonna have to think of new material or new stuff to think about, because I really want to get people, special guests, on this podcast, but I don't want to start doing that until next year, because I think next year is a good way to kick this off. I want to get some drag queens on this. I want to get some burlesque dancers. I want to get some actors on this podcast. Ask them the tough, hard questions. Obviously, the questions they could tell me which questions they don't want me to ask them, because I don't want to be a dick or a bitch. Um, but yeah, we're gonna try to get some special guests on this podcast next year. In the meantime, if you guys have any suggestions of what I can talk about, feel free to let me know. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe this is short. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, I hope everyone enjoys their Wednesday evening. Go watch Caddyshack. And if you guys are interested, come see How the Drag Queen Stole Christmas, because it's going to be an amazing show. And we're going to do more shout outs every time I do an episode. All right, love you all. Have a good night. And stay sexy and beautiful, loves.